When Street Fighter V came out, Zangief was really bad. He was probably down with Fang for the worst character in the game. It's kind of hard to convey how characters were bad in older seasons of Street Fighter V, because the only way you can play them is by going into trials and selecting older seasons. The main things I know about Season 1 Zangief that were really bad were that forward heavy punch didn't destroy projectiles like it does now. Standing light kick didn't combo into lariat at range. And that Street Fighter V having 8 frames of input delay at launch really hurt Zangief. Also, a fourth thing that I just found out but is a really big deal, Season 1 Zangief had no low confirm. The most you can get is 3 light normals. However, Zangief got heavily buffed over Season 2 and he became a monster. First off, he got a low confirm. He also got 2 new moves, his flying headbutt, and the topic of today's video, this weird counter thing called Tundra Storm. Hilariously, in Season 3, Zangief got absolutely butchered. His crouching jab became much worse as a poke, and it was only +3 on hit, so he couldn't link out of it. Also, his standing jab became a much worse anti-air, so it didn't really do anything. Hilariously, in the same patch where they broke Zangief's legs, they decided to put a little band-aid on him and buffed the counter. This was the only real buff Zangief got in Season 3, and it was the last buff this counter got. Still, absolutely no one uses it. So let's talk about the current state of Tundra Storm. The input is Shoryuken plus 2 punches. When the move came out, it was Shoryuken plus 1 punch. I feel like they made it 2 punches so people would stop getting it on accident. It's like Capcom knew this move was shitty. This legit feels like a cruel joke, because this is the same input as Zangief's iconic green hand. Zangief lost green hand in SF5, and a lot of people wanted to see it return, so giving this shitty parry the exact same input as green hand was like the final nail in the coffin. How Tundra Storm works is that from frame 2 onwards, it'll parry kick attacks. It does 220 damage and 300 stun, which is a lot. However, it doesn't parry crouching kicks. Or kicks that look like they hit low, even though they hit mid. Or kicks that hit high. Or kicks that don't extend the leg. However, there are exceptions, and they kinda don't make any sense. Cody's medium kick looks a lot like Zangief's light kick, which didn't work. But guess what? It does. You might be starting to see the problem with this move. So yeah, as you can see, this move is just wildly inconsistent. Generally, it only works against kicks that extend the leg, but that's such a niche thing to be able to counter. To be fair, moves that the counter works against are very good in neutral, but you'd rather just counter poke. It's infinitely less risky than using this weird parry. And yeah, 220 damage and 300 stun are very nice, but it's hard to care when one of Zangief's best moves does the exact same thing alongside starting his offense. Also, keep in mind that this is the buffed version of the parry. When it came out, it was active at frame 4, not 2, and I'm pretty sure it did like 180 damage instead of 220. On the bright side, Zangief shouts "calm" every time you use the move. So it's pretty good as a taunt, I guess. Also, since the move only works against specific kicks, the move does absolutely nothing against Balrog, who just has different kinds of punches as his kicks. However, despite everything I've said, this move does have one very nice use, and that's making a Dawson player want to uninstall the game. So yeah, maybe this move is actually pretty good.